That is a great question.
Matt, thank you so much for sitting down with us at the Kenyan Wall Street today.
It's my pleasure.
So please tell us a little bit about Rarebreed.
So Rarebreed Ventures is a pre-seed to seed venture fund based out of Baltimore, Maryland, where we invest in exceptional founders outside of the major tech hubs.
Okay, and do you invest in Africa?
It's funny, when I started Rarebreed, I had interest in it, but I said I wasn't going to do many international deals, maybe later. And due to my popularity on Twitter, I had a lot of people reaching out, like, when you go to Africa, when you invest in Africa? Well, it just so happens that the very last investment we did out of Fund 1 was in a company based out of Uganda called Fresh. It was actually currently in Nairobi doing sales, so I'm excited to meet my founder for the first time in person.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. During COVID and such, a lot of that happened where a lot of investors were investing without the physical aspect of things.
Yes, that was interesting times, let's say the least.
So what have you learned so far about VC and startups here in Africa from the Kauffman Summit?
I'm learning a lot, and mainly around the explosive growth on the continent. Through both talent and in economics. I mean, in Kenya, the economy's grown by 7% year over year for like the last 12 years.
Yeah.
The economy's more than doubled in a decade. That's incredible. And that trend's only continuing to go up. There's been a growing middle class. You can see it all over this city. You know, as we've gone around, we've been in town, you're seeing all the different shops, the different eateries. Well, I'm not expecting to see a bunch of sushi shops in Nairobi, right? But that speaks to a growing middle class. That speaks to a growing GDP. That speaks to a market that can support unicorn-sized companies. So I'm excited.
Okay, and are there any particular sectors that you focus on with Rarebreed or have interest in just personally?
We're industry agnostic, but I'm very interested in the beauty market personally. So we've done a lot of that in the U.S. and I see a lot of crossover. And also agriculture. Fresh is in the agriculture space. That is a huge portion of the economy here. And so I think we're going to start spending a lot more time looking into more agricultural-based startups here.
Okay. Now, for the end of our interview, we have a few personal questions for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
My favorite one to ask everyone, when you were first starting your career, what did you spend your first paycheck on?
My first paycheck, I spent on 2 bottles of champagne in a club in DC because I didn't know what else to do with my money but then to flash it around and have a good time.
So you're a little bit more structured with it now. Okay, perfect. And music, what do you like to listen to?
I like all kinds of music. Hip hop's my go-to. I like blues. If I'm doing a lot of work, I'm either the smooth jazz or EDM. Sometimes it'll catch me in the mood for some country. I like a little bit of it all. Afrobeats is a growing genre in America, so there's a lot more of that my wife loves Afrobeats. So we have a lot of that playing in the house.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And your favorite meal, what do you like to eat?
My favorite meal, steak and potatoes.
Steak and potatoes.
That fairly simple. Like, very fun.
Good to hear. And now, last question.
What is that? It's the craziest.
That's it. What is the craziest thing you ever spent your money on?
Craziest thing I ever spent my money on. And spent my money on crazy things. That is a great question. Craziest thing I ever spent my money on was a car I couldn't drive. My first car was a stick shift. It was a Mazda RX-7, 1988. I just got my license. I had no clue how to drive a stick shift, but I wanted that car. So I bought that car and destroyed the clutch, learning how to drive it. That's probably the craziest thing I ever spent my money.
All right. Well, Mac, thank you so much for joining us today.